Hey folks, Rune here from Tavern Gaming. I hope you're all doing well. For today's video, I'm joined by Melon and Garza. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, doing good.
Today we're going to be talking about the Battlefield 2042 trailer that just dropped. We're going to share our thoughts about what we saw in the trailer and give a bit of our predictions or things that we want to see in the upcoming gameplay reveal on June 13th during the E3 show. So without further ado, what did you guys think about the trailer?
My immediate first impression of loading up the trailer, well, actually there were two things on here. It's the length of it, 5-minute trailer. I was like, wow, that's interesting. But besides that, it's back to Battlefield. That was like the biggest thing that I took away. The past two games haven't been Battlefield at its core. It's kind of been a shell of its former self, if you will. And so my very first impression of the trailer was that, okay, this is Battlefield. I definitely had Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 vibes, which is definitely what you want with a Battlefield game, in my opinion. I love that it's set in a setting that is a bit malleable in a sense that it's 2042 in the near future, so you may see some things that maybe in the military are being developed, but will be in the game. And so it's a believable setting as well, which I think adds to the importance of that setting. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with multiplayer in general. So right off the rip, I mean, what can I say? It looks like Battlefield.
I have never seen a Battlefield trailer this much excitement from me, because I did get a little bit of excitement when I first saw Battlefield 1 reveal trailer, but it didn't got that much hype from me. But when I saw the Battlefield 2042 reveal trailer, it got my hype level all the way off the charts. Because when it was set to the modern future setting, it gives me the Black Ops 4 vibes, because that game also takes place in 2040. And I'm fine with all the modern future settings, because this looks really amazing. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. But the one part that caught my eyes is the tornado at the end.
So yeah, so before we started recording, so Melon and I were playing a bit of Battlefield 4 beforehand, and we were talking about that twister. And I think that's going to be a very fun little thing to like mess around with. I hope that when it comes in, so let's say like you're driving a tank or driving a Jeep or whatever it is that you're doing, and it sucks you in. Hopefully it doesn't kill you right away. I hope it like twirls you around.
Yeah.
And then like throws you, like ejects you somewhere, and like you're flying in the air or something like that.
Yeah, and you
fall
need
to
a
your inevitable
wingsuit
death
to
or
get
something.
out of that sticky situation.
Yeah, if you have a wingsuit, that would probably be the thing. But let's say you're like in a Jeep. I want to just be flung somewhere. I think that'd be hilarious.
The one thing I really like about potentially the dynamic weather, like we saw in the trailer, and I mean, we've seen attempts at dynamic weather in games over the past few years, but I feel like it hasn't been noticeable enough. And what I like about this is that it's another part of the game that you have to take into consideration. Like, for example, in Battlefield 4 on Siege of Shanghai, you can destroy the main skyscraper, and what that does is it takes down whoever is controlling that building and levels the playing field. That's what I'm looking forward to with stuff like a twister. It's like, okay, like, so we have this situation where we're trying to take down these snipers on this building. Oh, here comes the twister. Let's see what that does, and we'll go from there. So it's like another dynamic to the game that'll be really cool. And I think that's what also draws people to Battlefield. You go through ups and downs in these games because they're so long and there's so much going on with the tanks and the all-out warfare. And I think the dynamic weather will add to that.
When watching this trailer, I wish there was like a face cam or something. I was like doing those like overreaction videos. Oh no, you probably saw me probably like would like faint over. Not because I'm beautiful, of course. Probably because I'm ass ugly. But let's say for example, like if there was a camera on me, like you would see I had a giant smile. I don't know if it's just me projecting this myself or it was the folks who made the trailer, but I loved all the little nods to the previous games, like in the beginning when you're jumping off the helipad. That got Dama Van Peek vibes from Battlefield 3. I love the part where the jet pilot ejects himself from his jet and shoots down the other jet with RPG. I remember watching on Battlelog, someone posted a video saying, only in Battlefield, he jumps out of the jet, shoots the RPG, and he gets back in the jet. As a long-time Battlefield player, it was really nice to see that shown today in the reveal. I mean, for me, it just brought back a lot of awesome memories from Battlefield 3. The Battlefield 3 YouTube scene, and all the awesome fun I had with that game back on the Xbox 360. What I also liked about it is that this trailer wasn't hesitant to show off silly or, like, quote-unquote dumb moments. Like, there's the part where the scout helicopter comes up to the top of the skyscraper, annihilates everyone on there, and then there's that crazy chick who goes on the ATV and then drives the ATV into the scout helicopter. Part of me was thinking, it's like, why didn't you put C4 on there? That'd probably be more worthwhile, but, it's okay. It's alright, you drive into it, why not? I mean, we've all been in that situation, when there's nothing else left to lose, just might as well just give it a shot,
In revealing all the information today, they mentioned a mode for the classic long-term Battlefield fans, and apparently it's a new mode that they made. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think we've had a lack of new modes in Battlefield besides like operations and grand operations, which in Battlefield 1 it was a good mode, but it was really lackluster in Battlefield 5. So I'm looking forward to having a new kind of experience in game with a new mode like one they mentioned. I'm curious to see what they do with it.
One thing there's a few things that I do want to see. Since it is taking place like in the modern future settings, I really do hope they add something like jetpacks so that we can fly around and shooting at enemies while in the sky. That'd be cool. But the one thing
So you want jetpacks?
I hope we get to do in the game is to fly in the tank. And what you don't know what I mean by that is, like, remember that scene from A-Team where they were just parachuting on a tank and shooting down those planes? Yeah, I wish we could do something like that.
Well, wasn't it, there's some reports about how you could call in your vehicles through, like, some sort of, like, tablet or something, like, in-game? I mean, maybe it's going to use the, like, squad points or something. Maybe your squad has enough points calling a tank.
I think it could potentially be something that it could go two ways. It could either be kind of weird, where it's like, okay, well, why isn't it classic, where you just get in a vehicle and you go? Maybe you, over time or through score, you develop enough points to do an assortment of things. Maybe drop some kind of care package, or like, what we're talking about now is like, oh, you can call in a vehicle, and maybe they'll have specific weapons, or rather vehicles that you can call in based on which specialist you pick.
What do we think about it being announced or being revealed that there's only going to be 7 maps on launch day?
One of the interesting things about in recent years with games releasing with fewer maps is the maps have gotten worse and we're getting fewer maps. And that's a huge issue. Now, if there's only 7 maps and they're all mid-tier to really good, I'd be fine with it. But if we get stuff like Twisted Steel with a bridge, one area where you're supposed to fight, it's 7 maps is not going to be enough because you're not going to have enough selection where you get excited about it. And I was talking to Rune about this earlier, is in recent memory, I feel like we haven't had a game, not only Battlefield, but a game in general, where a map loads up and you get really excited. And that's what's been missing from gaming for a little while. Like, for example, that feeling you got in Battlefield 3 when you got Operation Metro, or Operation Firestorm.
Oh,
I know for me, Firestorm was my favorite map, and every time I got that map, I was so excited to play it. And I think if the maps convey that, I think we'll be fine with 7.
Yeah, this definitely has me very excited for the future of Battlefield. The most excited I've been since Battlefield 4. That doesn't knock the other games that have come in between. We're all Battlefield fans at the end of the day, and this is something that we should all be excited for. It looked awesome. I think we're gonna have a very fun time with this game. All right, well, that was just a quick little video, a little discussion, sharing our thoughts. But we thought about the Battlefield 2042 trailer. Thank you to Melon and Garza for coming in today to help record this video. Thanks a lot, guys.
course.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
All right, with all that being said, we'll see you guys in the next video.
See you next time.
Adios.